I have been overweight literally my whole life. Like, literally my whole life. I know what that does to a kid and what that means for relationships with peers, making friends, and then also like weird interactions you have with those friends because of your weight. I was always the one who would hold the bags when I would go out shopping with my friends. And when we would have sleepovers and all sit around and talk about the boys in our classes that were cute and like who would look best with who, I always got paired with the big boys.
You did this for what?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why though?
Like, literally every time. And I've also experienced my fair share of bullying. Kid coming up to me and asking me if I had a ball tucked up under my shirt because my belly looked so big. In the middle of class, a kid leaning in and whispering to me, "You're so fat."
So I wanted to see her anger level. I wanted to see if I was powerful enough to twist her mind.
That's really jarring. Like, this thing that you've thought, maybe I should be self-conscious about it. People are telling you, yes, you should be. The research shows that overweight children are a lot more likely to get bullied, regardless of any other stigmatizing characteristics you have. Research also shows that these negative treatments and weight criticisms at such a young age are just really, really bad for emotional state and physical as well. It causes a lot of depression and anxiety. Facing this sort of weight criticism discourages physical activity. This is something that I myself have experienced before. Where you're criticized for the weight, obviously you're more self-conscious about it as well. You think like, oh my God, they're thinking I'm so fat and I'm so like, oh, I'm so big.
Bug, she's huge, but she's so beautiful. She's a mammoth, of course.
You're scared to improve and like openly be working on yourself because you're worried you'll be made fun of that, but you're also kind of made fun of for not doing that. And this starts at such a young age. So why do we big kids get outcast so much? There was a study done, a bunch of preschool students, that young. They were shown pictures of other students who were of various sizes. They were thin, they were average, they were overweight. And they were asked who they would want to pick to be their playmate. They were not limited to how many kids they could pick. They could pick literally anyone. And still, the overweight playmate was only picked by 7% of the participants and only 16% of the time. That is like so crazy. A lot of these kids believed weight to be a controllable factor. So I actually looked at some research in my first blog post that with certain believed causes of weight and being overweight, people will be more or less sympathetic, empathetic. And this assumption that it's a behavioral issue leads to further negative attributions of really negative characteristics. And this is where I really want to talk about something called the horn effect. This is essentially when somebody has one negative characteristic. And because of that one negative characteristic, they get reduced down to just that one thing. So with overweight people, because you are overweight, that is your one negative characteristic. So no matter how many other positive good things there are about you over here, right? You're really nice, you're really smart, you're so kind, you're really charitable. That doesn't matter because you're fat. And this is something that was very prevalent with this preschool study. So how do we even deal with it? As a plus size person, how do you deal with this criticism? And I'm really interested at looking at this through face negotiation theory. This theory basically says that in different contexts and social situations, we are going to kind of adjust how we're presenting ourselves so as to save face. So with being plus size, what I posit is that face negotiation looks like enacting certain attitudes and behaviors so as to redirect the attention from our weight. In my own experience, there are two ways that overweight people are going to negotiate their face. First is going to be by being really loud, like you're gonna be super energetic and like really extroverted.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Because you want to get people to be paying attention to you for something other than your weight. And then the second way that I think that people will negotiate face is like very opposite. And it's like being very introverted, very quiet, being very to yourself. And I almost feel like this is a defense mechanism as a way to like almost become invisible. So what are we going to do for the bigger kids? It all starts at home. Parent needs to be monitoring what kind of media that their child is consuming. Really important that the parent is aware of how they're talking about their own weight as well as their child's weight. It should also be a concern of the schools and the teachers. Me personally, if a teacher had been more aware of the situations happening and was more willing to step in, I think I would have felt so much more comfortable because I would have felt really supported. You want to make sure that every student feels like an equal in your classroom. And if there's a student who's being bullied for their size, they are not going to feel safe and welcome there.